बोले रम 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 राम बोले रम 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 राम बोले
रम 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 राम बोले
रम 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 राम बोले
रम 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 राम बोले
हरे रामा हरे रामा 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 हरे हरे
हरे रामा हरे रामा 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे
हरे रामा 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 हरे हरे
हरे रामा 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे
हरे रामा 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 हरे हरे
हरे रामा 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 हरे हरे
ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः श्री सरस्वते नमः श्री गुरु चरण कमलेभ्यो गोविन्दाय नमो नमः शुक्लां वरदं देवा शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजा प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये ॐ पवित्र पवित्रवास्रवावस्थं नटोऽप्य यस्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्ष स्वाह्यं तरसुचे ॐ सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरणे त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते वसुदेव सुतं देवं कंसचार्मुरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् ॐ श्रीविष्णवे नमः मयस्कराय च मयोभवाय च चन्द्रशेखराय च नागेश्वराय च रामेश्वराय च शिवतराय च ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय. Let us pray. As we pray to Bhagwan Vishnu, with faith, with love and devotion, O Bhagwan Vishnu, adorations, prostrations and salutations unto thee, again and again. शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसार्विशं मेघवर्णं सुभागे लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिर्ज्ञानवन्यं वन्दे विष्णुभवभयहरणं सर्वलोकैकनाथम् ॐ श्रीविष्णवे नमः ॐ श्रीविष्णवे नमः ॐ श्रीविष्णवे नमः सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. If we have to perform worship to Bhagwan Ram, he appeared at Madhyam Kal. Madhyam means middle. Madhyam Kal. Kal means time. The middle of the day. Madhyam Kal. He took his Vai Pragat Kripala Deen Dayala Kausilya Hitekari. He came as the son of Kausilya. But he came at midday. Pragat Kripala. Pragat means that he was not born. Pragat means that he appeared. He took his appearance at Madhyam Kal, at midday. By Pragat Kripala Deen Dayala Kausilya Hitekari. He came as the beloved of Kausilya. Mothers love their daughters, but mothers love their sons. And the mothers who have only daughters and no sons, they love a nephew like a son. They love a brother like a son. They gravitate to some male because it is natural for them to love that being like their own, like a child. And so appearing, the only time you could perform puja to Ram is when he has already appeared. Can you do the puja before he is born? Then why are you looking at me as though I'm late? He has to appear first before you could do the puja, and that's only logical. Be pragat kripala, deen dayala, Kausalya hitekari. Kausalya. She has to give a name to her son. How will Kausalya give a name to her son? The kingdom is not only blessed to have one child. The kingdom is blessed to have Charuputra. 4 sons, they're born in the kingdom on the same day. And around the very same time. Then how come we are only singing the praises of Ram? How come? Why? Because Ram is a manifestation of Lord Vishnu. Lakshman, he is a manifestation of Lakshman is a manifestation of You see, while you all were sitting and frustrating yourself on the lateness of the Pundit, you should have been taking your phone and reading. You should have been doing something that will add value to your life. Not thinking about somebody else, but thinking about me and my God. Be pragat kripala, deen dayala, Kausalya hitekari. Lakshman is very disposition. He's very natya. He's very temperament. When you listen to the kathas about Lakshman puts you to think, You have to think when you hear about Lakshman and his behavior. You have to think. You have to query, is this godlike behavior happening in a book that is supposed to be godlike to teach us how to live a godly life? Shabari, she gave Lakshman the fruit. And as soon as Shabari turned around, Lakshman held the fruit behind his back. When Shabari comes back, Lakshman said, it tastes really good. Shabari said, well, since it tastes so good, take a next one. And Lakshman in his mind, he's saying, oh God, I should have just told the truth. But do you know that fruit that Shabari gives to Lakshman and that Lakshman throws away in time to come? That very same fruit is the very same tree and the very same herb will come that will save the life of Lakshman, who is shot by the arrow. The Ramayana says that what you throw away today and you consider to be rubbish will be something prized to somebody else. Will be worth something to somebody else. You ever hear? One man garbage is the next man treasure. Have you ever heard that before? Who was Bharat? Who was Shatrugna in their previous manifestations? Let's not think about them. Who were you in your previous birth? What were you in your previous birth? Be pragat kripala, deen dayala, Kausalya hitekari. As he took his manifestation, who will give the names? The Guru comes to the kingdom. The Guru is in charge. Whether there is birth, whether there is death, whether there is celebration, whether there is crying, the Pundit is present. You know any Pundit like that? The Pundit is present. When you're crying, he cries. When you're laughing, he laughs. When you're celebrating, he celebrates. When you're in distress, your distress is his distress. When the Guru comes to the kingdom of Dasarath is overjoyed, Dasarath has 4 sons. Dasarath's kingdom is blessed to have 4 sons. And Dasarath is overjoyed. There are no amount of words that could state the joy that Dasarath is feeling. But when the Guru comes to the kingdom, Dasarath puts away the emotion of joy. And you know what he begins to do? Manasa bhajale Guru charanam, Dustar bhav sagare taranam. Manasa bhajale Guru charanam, Dustar bhav sagare taranam. Dasarath comes off the throne. He comes off the throne and he puts the Guru to sit up on the throne. And as the Guru sits on the throne, the first thing Dasarath does is the first thing you and I and we are trained, we are accustomed to do when the Pundit comes to our home. When there is a yajna, the Pundit is never allowed to go on the gaddi, the asan. This is called a gaddi. You know? Gadhi means a seat, a special seat. The Pundit is never allowed to go and sit there without washing his. Because when he goes to sit there, you want the charitra, you want the nectar that will come from the feet of Bhagwan through him to you. Guru Maharaj, Guru Jai Jai.
Maharaj Guru Jai Jai.
Oh Guru Maharaj, Guru Jai Jai.
Guru Maharaj Guru Jai Jai.
Oh Sai Nath Satguru Jai Jai.
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 मानस भजने गुरु चरणम दूषर भव सागर तरणम
मानस भजरे गुरु चरणम दूसर भव सागर तरणम.
The Guru gives the name to the children. When the Pandit give a name to your child, what you do? What you do? How I could put that thing in front of the birth certificate? I'll have to write it behind in a pencil. I can't name my child that. That name, who will name their child Jyoti? Oh, what kind of name is that? And if they have to call Jyot, what do you call she for short? Jyot? Jo? Who will name their child Radix? Radhika. What do you call she for short? Radhita. And you begin, who will name their child Virat? They will call him Rat. Because the understanding is not there, the appreciation is not there to the meaning of the name. Anything that has meaning, you appreciate it or no? You know that? Somebody give you a gift and you like that person plenty, the gift is worth zero, you know. But it is worth something to you. There is a meaning behind the gift, isn't it? The Guru gives the name. My grandmother, my Aji, used to sing this. You know what she used to sing? Especially on the birth of Sri Ram. I remember this as a little child. She would sing this. Ayodhya Aju Ananda Bai, Ayodhya Aju Ananda Bai, Ananda Bai Huyananda Bai, Ananda Bai Huyananda Bai, Ayodhya Aju Ananda Bai, Ayodhya Aju Ananda Bai. राजा दशरथ की चार पुत्र को, राजा दशरथ की चार पुत्र को, लक्ष्मण राम सहित अयोध्या आजू आनंद भये, अयोध्या आजू आनंद भये. गुरु हुए हैं विश्वामित्र, गुरु हुए हैं विश्वामित्र, घर घर आन परे, अयोध्या आजू आनंद भये, अयोध्या आजू आनंद भये. आनंद भये हुए आनंद भये, आनंद भये हुए आनंद भये, अयोध्या आजू आनंद भये, अयोध्या आजू आनंद भये. In the Ramayana, years after Sri Ram has manifested, on a day like today, in a time like this, there was a being in the Ramayana who had a query, a concern. And you know who? A being who was very close to Bhagwan Sri Ram has a query. Anywhere you see Ram, you will see that being. I was telling you about Lakshman. Lakshman's temperament befits the snake. You know why? Because Lakshman is a manifestation of Seshanag, the serpent that Lord Vishnu sits on. Lakshman, anywhere you find Ram, you'll find Lakshman. And so Lakshmana, everybody is celebrating the Janma, the birthday of Ram. And Lakshman is crying. You know why? Lakshman say, how can they forget? I was born today too. Nobody is remembering me. And so how can they forget me? And Lakshman goes to the Guru and he says, Guru, I have trouble. Nobody remembers my birthday. They only remember Ram. And you know what the Guru says to Lakshman? The Guru gives an advice to Lakshman. He says, Lakshman, if you want to be remembered, you have to be seen. And so if you want anybody to remember you, and you know that they place emphasis and they give attention to Rama, then go and stand next to Rama all the time. So they are forced to see you. And when they see you, they will remember you. That's why every depiction you see of Rama, after that day, you will see Lakshmana. You will see Lakshmana standing next to Ram. So that Lakshmana will have the recognition that he wants. I want to tell you this evening that the recognition that we want is not a physical recognition, but it's a spiritual recognition. And that's why we do these things. So that we'll be recognized spiritually. So that Bhagwan will be able to identify us through our devotion, through our bhakti. There are many other things we could have done today. There are many other things we could have been doing right now. We have yajna tonight. There are many other preparations that could have been done. But we took the time to sit here, to commune, to have a connection with Bhagwan, with God as Ram. Last night our president said to me, well, we can't only buy a dhoti for Sri Ram, we'll have to buy one for Radha too. And I said, Radha? Radha Devi is not associated to Ram. Radha is associated to Lord. She said, well, same difference now. Ram is Krishna, Krishna is Ram, Radha is Lakshmi, Lakshmi is Sita. It's the same difference. And I gave her an example of how it is not the same difference. I gave her a very smart example of how it is not the same difference. And I said to her, I said, well then go by Dave and say, Dave, I am Cindy. I'm going home with you. I said it is not the same. Though the appearance is the same and is a depiction of the very same goddess, it is not the same. Because the manifestation took place for a different purpose. And because the purpose is different, the energy is different. Do you know? Because the purpose is different, the energy is different. You hear the same bhajan in a puja and you clap and you sing. And you hear the same bhajan in a funeral and you sit down and you cry. The occasion, the environment breeds the energy, isn't it? The kalpa or the age in which they took their manifestation breeds the energy that they came with. Shri Ram, listen to the difference. Shri Ram, when you see him, you see a bow and an arrow. What did I tell you? Krishna, when you see him, you see a basuri of fruit. What does it tell you? What's the difference in the temperament? Did you give thought to that? When you see Mother Sita is holding a lotus flower in her hand and one hand blessing you, giving an ashirvad. When you see Radha is holding a mala all the time. She's holding a mala in her two hands. Sita is giving a ashirvad, a blessing. And Radha is seva. She's doing seva, service. The lesson or the messages to be learnt out of it is different. Ayodhya aju ananda bai, Ayodhya aju ananda bai, Ananda bai huy ananda bai, Ananda bai huy ananda bai, Ayodhya aju ananda bai, Ayodhya aju ananda bai. दशरथ चारु पुत्र राजा दशरथ की चार पुत्र को राजा दशरथ की चार लक्ष्मण राम सहित अयोध्या आजू आनंद भई. He has 4 sons. Who would he love the most? He has 4 sons. When you have more than one son, which son you would like the most? When you have more than one children, which child you would like the most? The intelligent mother and father, when they ask that, they say, well, I love 2 of them equal. But there is one, they will do anything for, and the other one, they will say, you could do it yourself. How equal is that? He said, well, he could handle his story, and so I have to fix she up, because the only reason you have to fix she up is because she will fix you up in return. That's the only reason. So you give favor to her over him, because he will accept anything, and that's not unique to any one family. That's general. Sri Ram has appeared. What is the purpose behind the appearance of Bhagavan Sri Ram? Why did he have to manifest? I'm just asking for a friend, Why did Bhagavan Sri Ram have to manifest? Why? Why did Lord Vishnu have to come? Dave, why? But Ravan wasn't the only being that he destroyed. Ravan was only the only being that got destroyed by Ram. Do you know? And through Sri Ram, there were many other beings who lost their life too. Jatayu, Sampati. You know the katha? Both Jatayu and Sampati. But you see, we are so tuned with Devi and Shiva, and now we'll have the Bhagavad. So maybe as extracurricular, we'll have the Ramayana. But we could sit and listen to some of we'll have the Ramayana by the lady sitting next to you. So that we will have the lessons to be learned out of the Ramayana. The Ram Charitra. Charitra means, what does Charitra mean? Ram Charitra Manas. What does Charitra mean? Have you ever heard that name before? That word? Charitra. Charitra means nectar. Charitra means Gyan. You know what's Gyan? Yeah. Vidya. Vidya means Manas. Charitra Manas. It means it is like the ocean. It's like the ocean. Such is the potency. You're never able to really expound or you can't just read in one day and expect to understand. It is like the ocean. Can you cover the ocean in one day? Can you cover the ocean in 2 days? Can you cover the ocean in 3 days? It is vast. Ram Charitra. Let's open the palna of Bhagavan Shri Ram. Om Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunataya Nataya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Om Sri Rama Namaha. Om Ma Pavitra Pavitra Sarvavastam Gatopi Vaya Smarit Pundare Kaksha Smayam Tarasuje. Om Sri Ramaya Namaha. Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu Mangalam Garudatvaja Mangalam Pundare Kaksha Mangalaya Tanu Hari. Om Sri Rama Namaha. Manojo Tirejukatam Yagyami Mantaro Tamu Pratishtanto Ase Prana Pratishtanto Ase Prana Pratishta. Om Papo Ham Papa Karmam Papatmam Pundare Kaksha Trahimam Pundare Kaksha Sarva Papa Haro Hari. Ved Suktam Samayuktam Yagyashama Samanvide Sarve Prate Deva Vasise Prate Gretam Gandhadvara Dura Darsham Nitya Pushpa Karishani Mishwaram Tamaho Sri Gandhadanam Samarpyami Yagyo Pavitam Paramam Pavitram Stapitam Purusham Tatanye Ayushamugram Pratimunsa Supram Yagyo Pavitam Balamastu Teja Haridraya Sarvaso Bhagirani Sarvalankar Muktami Devi Tvam Prate Gretam Devi Tvam Prate Gretam Sindhura Shobhana Rakta Sobhage Sukavardhanam Kamram Muksharam Jeva Sinduram Prati Gretam Chandanam Sulalitam Neva Kante Chamuktavali Gopa Sri Parire Vijayate Gopala Churamani. Om Sri Rama Namaha. 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 Om Kandat Purohanti Puruka Purushaspare Evanu Durve Pradhanu Nashate Na Chahate कोमलदानं समर्पयामि। श्रीरामायणमा दुर्वदानं समर्पयामि। काशीवासी शिवासिनीं कालभैरव पूजाटं कोटिकन्यां हादानं बेलपत्र शिवर्पणं रामाय बेलपत्र शिवर्पणं ममस्तु। ॐ श्रीरामाय नमः। ॐ या देवी सर्वभूतेषु देवी रूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। अम्बे अम्बिके अम्बालिके नमान्यति कश्चन सहस्रभद्रकामपीलसभद्रकामपीलवासिनी मल्लिट्टारिणी सुगन्धिनी मल्लिट्टारिणी वै प्रभो मायाटानि पूजाटं पुष्पाणि प्रतिगृहीताम्। ॐ श्री पुष्पदानं समर्पयामि प्रीत्यर्थं संकल्पं ममस्तु। ॐ श्रीरामाय नमः। ॐ श्रीरामाय नमः। ॐ श्रीरामाय नमः। पुष्पदानं समर्पयामि पुष्पदानं प्रतिगृहीतां विश्वेभ्यो देवेभ्यो नमः। ॐ श्रीरामाय नमः। जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। एवरीबॉडी ओम जय जगदीश हरे। जो ध्यावे पल पावे दुख बिन से मन का। एवरीबॉडी स्वामी दुख बिन से मन का। सुख संपत्ति घर आवे सुख संपत्ति घर आवे कष्ट मिटे करने का। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम ब्रह्मर्परं ब्रह्मावे ब्रह्मगलो ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मगतिलगन्ताभ्यं ब्रह्मकर्मा समाधिनां नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि नैवेद्यं प्रतिगृहीताम्। ॐ वर्णानां ऋतुसङ्गानां रसानां चन्द्रसामपि मङ्गलानां च कर्तारो वन्दे वाणी विनायको भवानी शङ्करो वन्दे श्रद्धा विश्वासस्वरूपिणो याभ्यां विना न पश्यन्ति सिद्धस्वान्तस्तमीश्वरम्। ॐ श्रीरामाय नमः। ॐ घृतभग्वं हविषानं पायिष शर्करानानं सुनैवेद्यं विष्णुर्मे प्रतिगृहीतां वस्त्रदानं नैवेद्यदानं समर्पयामि। ॐ ब्रह्मर्पणं ममस्तु श्रीकृष्णार्पणम्। नारायण नारायण ॐ सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण ॐ नारायण नारायण ॐ सत्य नारायण नारायण ॐ सत्यनारायण नारायण ॐ जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ॐ सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण ॐ नारायण नारायण ॐ सत्यनारायण नारायण ॐ सत्यनारायण नारायण ॐ जय सद्गुरुदेवा। जय
सद्देवा। जय सद्गुरुदेवा।
ॐ हिरण्यागर्भस्मर्ताग्रे भूतस्य जाता पथिकासी सदाधारं पृथिवीं नमः दक्षिणादानं अहं करिष्ये दक्षिणादानम्। ॐ श्रीदक्षिणादानं समर्पयामि विश्वेभ्यो देवेभ्यो नमः। ॐ श्रीविष्णवे नमः। दक्षिणादानं समर्पयामि दक्षिणादानं प्रतिगृहीताम्। राम राम भजो राम राम भजो राम राम भजो राम 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 सिया राम भजले राम राम सिया राम। भजु राम राम सिया राम, भजु राम राम सिया राम, राम राम भजु राम राम, भजु राम राम भजु राम, राम राम सिया राम, भजने राम राम सिया राम, भजु राम राम सिया राम, भजु राम राम सिया राम। I want to ask you a logical question that has a very logical answer. When a baby is born into the family, what does the mother and the grandmother give as a gift to the baby? What do you give as a gift to the baby? Not just any kind of gift, you know. You give a sentimental gift that is handed down from generation to generation. And that kind of gift, because the gift must have some kind of sentiment. Have you ever heard that word before? Sentiment? When the newborn baby comes, everybody is rushing to give a little piece of jewelry to the baby. You want to buy something that somebody else didn't buy. So you say, I go buy a black bead. You ever hear? You say a juju bead, the malju bead. I will buy that. And you say, I will buy a ID band with a name on it. Or I will buy a pair of bracelets. Nobody will think of a chain. I will buy a chain. And you give something that can be used to the child. But when you're giving the baby the gift, though the baby is a baby, you want to give something that the child will be able to use during or throughout, isn't it? So that you're giving something good. We depend on the merits, the blessings out of our worship to last us the duration of our lifetime. That's why when the opportunity comes to give, we give something that is good. Because not that we're expecting, but we are trying to secure that the merits will be enough to facilitate us through our lifetime. When they said to me last night, I say, you all know what you have to get for Bhagwan Shri Ram? They looked at me and I say, well, you know, you might have to bring a little piece of gold. And they say, but that is for Krishna, not Ram. I say, but you just tell me Radha and Sita is the same lady. Then how come Ram and Krishna get separate and different now all of a sudden? When the time comes to give and to express through the medium of giving, temperament changes, you know. Excuse begins, and not for us, but for many people. Because when the time comes to give, you want to give chunky. And when the time to receive come, you want to receive plenty. Chunky and plenty. They're two sisters. One mean little or nothing, and the other one mean abundant. They go hand in hand. Where there is positive, you will find. Where there is good, you will find. Where there is day, you will find. That being said, when you look at the disposition of Bhagwan Shri Ram, Vai Pragat Kripala Deen Dayala Kausilya Hitekari. He took his manifestation Madhyam Kal. Madhyam means midday. When you look up at the sky, what color is the sky? Not the cloud. What color is the sky? Midday. What is the color of Shri Ram? Bhagwan Krishna took his appearance at midnight. Night time. His body had the appearance of the sky in the night time. What color is the sky? Midnight. Bhagwan Krishna was not fair in complexion, you know. He was dark in complexion. Do you all know that? That's why many of the depictions of Bhagwan Krishna, you see them make a black marble murti and you say, what they put the man in black? Why is it dark in color? Sri Ram had this light blue appearance because he was born at midday. A day came when Narad Muni looked at Lord Ram. Not Narad, sorry. Lord Hanuman. And it was that day when Ram was leaving. He was giving up the physical. And Hanuman says, how will I live without you? The president one day said to me, she said, when you're dead, they don't really cry for you, you know. They cry because of the things they used to get from you and the things you used to do for them. And that's why they're crying. They're crying because of their own selfishness, not because of you. In a sense, they may be even glad that you're dead. But they're wondering who will wash the clothes now, and who will cook the food now, and who will do this, and who will fill this void, because there will be a void now. And you'll have to be more responsible. And that's true, you know. That's true. That's really true. Because we miss our mothers. But do we genuinely miss our mothers because she was our mother? Or do we genuinely miss her because we have no food? You have to wash your own clothes. You have nobody to talk to. She's the support. She's the person who will pick you up when you're down. That's why you're missing her? Is that the right reason to miss her? Shri Ram, he says to Hanuman. Hanuman says, well, you're leaving physically. Then how will I be reminded of you? And how will I be able to pick up? And Shri Ram points his sky. And he says, Hanuman, as long as you look up in the sky and you see blue, know I exist. Whether it is light blue or dark blue, know I exist. But when you look up in the sky and you see nothing, then know. Trouble has come. We came here today not to impress Bhagwan or to depress Bhagwan. We came here today to pray genuinely from our heart. What is the Persad of Shri Ram when we do Ram Janma, when we do the arrival of Ram? What does a baby drink? What does a baby eat? Soft cereal, isn't it? That's why you make the Persad with the wheat. It is soft. That's why Bhagwan Krishna, one of his most favorite thing is dahi. You know? How is dahi? Liquidy, isn't it? So befitting the occasion, it determines what you will offer. Why will we offer a cucumber to Shri Ram? Long ago, there was no murti. The ladies and the mothers and the grandmothers, they will put a cucumber in the palna and they will do the puja for the cucumber. Do you know? And they'll shake. Jule jule palna, jule jule palna, Kausalya julave nandena. Jule jule palna, jule jule palna, Kausalya julave nandena. They'll shake the palna. Because Shri Ram and Bhagwan Krishna and the manifestations of Lord Vishnu, they are all cool as a cucumber. Would you describe your husband as being cool as a cucumber? Rukman, your husband cool like a cucumber? Sharon? She said, when I did, better be cool. Cool as a cucumber. Cucumber out in the burning sun, you know. But you cut the cucumber and it's still refreshing, you know. It never gets fiery. It remains cool all the time. Whether what is poured out to it, the cucumber remains cool. And so, that's why we put the cucumber. Praying that may the energy that Sri Ram has, may that energy be conveyed onto us. That's the reason why. Logical, isn't it? The baby can't eat rice. But the baby eats rice cereal. Rice that is ground to powder, to dust. Makes sense now? That's why one of the Persad of Shri Ram is Pera. Pera, the base in Pera is what? In 2022, the base in Pera is Kurma. You grind flour. Pera is not made with flour. Pera is made with rice. When you're cheap and lazy, you use the wrong thing. But when you do it with devotion from your heart, you will go the extra mile. Flour holds easily together. Rice takes some doing. And that's why. Do you all know? Maybe I should not have said cheap. Maybe I should have said, you don't know better. धर्म काज पृथ्वी पर आए दशरथ जी की पुत्र कहाए पुत्र कहाए पुत्र कहाए जनकपुरी में शिवधन तोरा सती सिया संग नाता जोरा नाता जोरा नाता जोरा सिया पिया बन राम प्रभु कहलाए सीताराम भजु राम राम सिया राम भजु राम राम सिया राम 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 भजु राम राम भजु राम राम भजु राम 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 सिया राम भजने राम राम सिया राम भजु राम राम सिया राम भजु राम राम सिया राम everybody राम 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 भज राम राम भज राम 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 सिया राम भजने राम राम सिया राम भज राम राम सिया राम भज राम राम सिया राम. A baby. Who does a baby gravitate towards? Who should perform the Palna Puja? When the children begin to grow and the father say, come let me change your pampers, you say, what's the first name the child calls? Because this is the person they're comfortable with, you know. That's why all of these stutis and stotras, Kausilya, her name is mentioned. Because you know why? She's the custodian of Ram. She's the custodian of Ram. She's in charge. She's a mother. Don't care what she tells you. She defends her child, you know. Do you know that? Kausilya. She loves her son Ram. But just like you and many other mothers, Kausilya leaves her Ram in his palna and she's going to the different chambers to see the other children. No other mother has left their child. Kausilya is doing that. Because she is the mother of God, Bhagwan, Ram. He has chosen to come through her because of her purity. Our mother makes us pure, you know. You know that? And we have the ability, we have the choice to awaken the bad energies that we came with or the good energies that we came with. They say you were born into the world with sin. Well, I tell you, you had to be born first to create sin. Not everything you came with, you have to use. Ever pack a bag to go abroad? You know how much clothes you carry in that bag that you never touch? And you say, look how I waste my effort to bring all this thing. Because you know why? I wear the same jersey on the whole trip and nobody even know. Because one day I change a jacket, the next day I wear no jacket. One day I put on a vest and put the jersey over me. And you use the same thing. The suitcase full, you know. You use nothing from in there. So too you came full, you know. You came charged with the good things and the bad things from your past. But it is up to you what you want to use. If you want to resurrect the bad things and go back to your bad, crooked, evil ways, or you want to use the good things to climb onto the pathway of righteousness, the choice is, when the opportunity comes to choose, always choose good over bad. Syavar Ramachandra ki jai. पिता वचन की पालनहारे राजपात को बन को सितारे विश्वामित्र की यज्ञ रखवाले सती अहिल्या तारनहारे पंचवटी को बना दे धर्म राम का काम। भजू राम राम सिया राम, भजू राम राम सिया राम। राम राम भजू राम राम, भजू राम राम भजू राम। Clap your hands. राम राम सिया राम, भजले राम राम सिया राम। राम राम सिया राम, भजू राम राम सिया राम। Everybody. राम राम भजू राम राम, भजू राम राम भजू राम। राम राम सिया राम, भजले राम राम सिया राम। भजू राम राम सिया राम, भजू राम राम सिया राम। Shri Ram has appeared for a purpose. There is an intention behind the appearance of Shri Ram. I'm not going to tell you now. I'll tell you tonight. But in the meanwhile, think about your appearance and think about your purpose. In the meanwhile, trying to find out, am I living to my truest potential? And am I serving my purpose? We offer water around the fire. Hari Om Sarvatirta Samayuktam Sugandhim Nirmalam Jalam Ajvanamya Datta Griyana Parameshwara Bhurvasva Bhurvasva Dhyanishwar Bhunagnya Vahyami Stapyami Pujamscha. Let Nigel offer the pieces of wood. Om Bhurvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimhi Dhyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha Idam Gatri Idam Namama. Om Bhurvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimhi Dhyo Yo Na Prachodayat Idam Gatri Idam Namama. Om Bhurvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimhi Dhyo Yo Na Prachodayat Idam Gatri Idam Namama. Let Munilal offer the ghee. Hari Om. Where is Dev? Let him come. Where is Paki? Om Shri Vishnave Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Rama Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Bharata Namaha Swaha. Om Shatrugna Namaha Swaha. Om Vishnave Namaha Swaha. Om Namo Narayana Namaha Swaha. Om Sarvebhyo Devebhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Hari Markat Markata Namaha Swaha. Om Hari Markat Markata Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Rama Namaha Swaha. Achman. Papoham Pap Karmam Papatmam Pundarikaksha Trahimam Pundarikaksha Sarva Papaharo Hari. Vanaspatira Surabhuto Gandaryo Ganarutamagre Sarvadevanam Dhupoyam Pratigretam. Everybody let's bow. Yani Kani Shapapani Jammantargadhanishcha Tani Tani Prakshana Prade Prade Arti. Arati Shri Ramayan Ji Ki Kirati Kali Talalita Siya Piki. Arati Shri Ramayan Ji Kirati Kali Talalita Siya Piki. Arati Shri Ramayan Ji Ki Kirati Kali Talalita Siya Piki. Kavat Brahma Narad Valmika Vigyan Vishal Sukh Sangari Sheshayan Sharad Parani Pavan Sut Kiratani Ke.
Arati Shri Ramayan Ji Ki Kirati Kalita Lalita Siya Piki.
Arati Shri Ramayan Ji Ki. Arati Shri Ramayan Ji Ki Kirati Kalita Lalita Siya Piki. Arati Shri Ramayan Gavat Veda Puranayastadasa. Gavat Veda Puranayastadasa. Saho Sastra Sabha Prantana Korasa. Arati संकट शंभु भवानी, गावत संकट शंभु भवानी, अरुघट संभव मुनि विज्ञानी, आरती श्री रामायण। व्यासयादि कवि पूंज बकानी, व्यासयादि कवि पूंज बकानी, काकभु सुंदि गरुड़ तेयी की, आरती श्री कली मलहरनी विषय रस पीकी, कली मलहरनी विषय रस पीकी, सुबह सिंगार मुक्ति युवती की, आरती श्री रामायण। दरन रोक भव मुद्रियमीकी, दरन रोक भव मुद्रियमीकी, तात मात सब विधि तुलसी की, आरती श्री रामायण, आरती श्री रामायण जी की, आरती श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलितल सिय पीकी, आरती श्री रामायण, आरती श्री रामायण, आरती श्री रामायण। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय। कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृति स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं तस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। श्रीराम जय जय राम। राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री 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 राम जय राम जय जय राम। उमापति महादेव की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, अयोध्या राम लला की जय, वृंदावन कृष्ण चंद्र की जय, पुरेसा जगन्नाथ की जय। बोलो बे सब संतने की जय। श्यावर रामचंद्र की, श्यावर रामचंद्र की, रज रामचंद्र भगवान की। सीताराम 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 कहिए, चाहे विधि रखे राम, चाहे विधि रखे राम, चाहे विधि रहे। सीताराम 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 Shanti Om. Everybody. Satya Sanatan Dharma ki, Syavar Ramachandra ki. Turn to the person next to you, in front of you, tell them, Shri Ram bless you. कोई समझे, कोई समझे, कोई समझे, भक्त सुजान राम नित कृपा करते हैं, राम नित कृपा करते हैं। कोई समझे, कोई समझे, कोई समझे, भक्त सुजान राम नित कृपा करते हैं, राम नित कृपा करते हैं। When the baby is born, you are happy, you know. Huh? When the baby is born, you are happy. So कभी कोमल हाथ प्रभु का, कभी भोतर हाथ प्रभु का, कभी कोमल हाथ प्रभु का, कभी बोदल हाथ प्रभु का। सीधा करते हैं राम नित कृपा करते हैं। कोई समझे, कोई समझे, कोई समझे, भक्त सुजान राम नित कृपा करते हैं, राम नित कृपा करते हैं।
कभी ज्ञान प्रभु जी देते, कभी बुद्धि ही हर लेते। कभी ज्ञान प्रभु जी देते, कभी बुद्धि ही हर लेते। कभी सुख दे स्वर्ग समान, कभी दुख दुविधा देते हैं, राम नित कृपा करते हैं। कोई समझे, कोई समझे, कोई समझे, भक्त सुजान राम नित कृपा करते हैं, राम नित कृपा करते हैं। कभी धन सता बरसाते, कभी दीन का तरसाते। कभी धन सता बरसाते, कभी दीन का तरसाते। कभी रख कर मोर हजार, वो होद पर क्या क्या करती है, राम नित कृपा करते हैं। कोई समझे, कोई समझे, कोई समझे, भक्त सुजान राम नित कृपा करते हैं, राम नित कृपा करते हैं। पाके, कभी जय कभी हार करा के, है रूप अनेक कृपा के, कभी जय कभी हार करा के, कभी रख कर मोर जान ओहुद पर रक्षा करती है, राम नित कृपा करती है। कोई समझे कोई समझे कोई समझे भक्त सुजान, राम नित कृपा करते हैं, राम नित कृपा करते हैं, राम नित कृपा करते हैं, राम नित कृपा करते हैं।
जामवंत की बचन सुनाए, सुनो हनुमंत हृदय अति भावे, तब लग मोहि प्रकृति तुम भाई, सैन हडुक कंद मूल पलकाई, जब लगावरय शीतनय देखी, ओई काचु मोहि हरहि बिसेकी, जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय रामा, श्री राम जय राम जय जय मंगल भवनय मंगल भवनय मंगलहारी, प्रभु सुदशरथ जिर बिहार, सिंधु तीरैक बहुद्र समुद्र, कतुक कर चलता पारा, बार बार रघुवीर संभारी, ताकू पवन तनय बलवारी, जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय रामा, श्री राम जय राम जय जय रामा, जय गिरि चरण हरि हनुमंता, चल सो गए पाताल तुरंता, जैया मोर रघुपति कर भाना, एहि विधि चलहु रे हनुमाना, जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय रामा, श्री राम जय राम जय जय रामा, श्री राम जय राम जय जय रामा, श्री राम जय राम जय जय श्याम रामचंद्र की जय। Until we meet this evening again, जय जय।